It's time to get your morning started with the news you need to know.
News update.
This is what's trending with DJ and PK. Hashtag college football.
King claps, snaps, fakes the toss, runs right, puts a hand in the back of his line, breakthrough. He's at the 35, 30. He's gone. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Haynes King. 1:07 to go.
Sand in a shotgun, receives the football, fakes a handoff, looks to throw. Sand will pump that one deep down to the right side, left sideline, Tate with it. Take it down in the end zone for a touchdown. Carnell Tate.
Castellanos gives Sawchuck. Big hole 10. Sawchuck 5. Still on his feet. Pushing the power forward. Shot, tap. Towards the goal line. He's in. He's in. Gavin Sawchuck has given Florida State a 2-score lead.
For the lead, 3 points, 44 yards for the lead. Snap is down. Kick is on the way. It's on. Gonna be good. Carter Davis got it down the middle. He puts Miami in front, 27-24 with 1:04 to go in the game.
Highlights from the first full weekend of college football. PK. Number 1, Texas gets beat. Number 4, Clemson gets beat. Number 6, Notre Dame. Number 8, Alabama. 4 of the top 8 fallen. 3 of them couldn't even get to 20 points. Texas's offense had an especially miserable day. Your takeaways from a day full of action across the country.
We'll see if those teams are legitimate. Arch Manning's got a name, but he hadn't done anything. And after game 1, he still hasn't done anything. Alabama, they're 5-5 in their last 10, so why do I think they're anything? Who else you got?
Number 4, Clemson, losing LSU 17-10.
That game could have gone either way, a little bit on the boring side. I don't think that these teams are, in terms of Clemson, has lost anything that's great. I don't think LSU, that's won something that's great. These teams are shooting for the playoff. They're not shooting to beat any individual one single game. And the way that's set up now, which I like overall. If you play a big game early and you lose it, or play a big game at any point, you have to look at the entire season, not just one single game. One game doesn't do it for me. And so they have an opportunity to bounce back, especially it's a non-conference, and you could choose to dummy it down if you want. So I appreciate them choosing not to.
Give us something entertaining to watch.
Yeah, I don't know if 17-10 is entertaining.
Miami 27-24 over Notre Dame of the big showdowns. That one had a little more offense, was back and forth. Big plays, one-handed catches.
Yeah.
And a late field goal. In the Big 12, not a good weekend for Baylor. Beaten by Auburn 38-24. Not good for Colorado. Beaten at home by Georgia Tech 27-20. K-State, late touchdown to slip past North Dakota 38-35. Plenty of other teams passed tests, those 3 in the Big 12. Colorado wasn't really lumped at the big group at the top, but there's certainly high expectations for Baylor and K-State, and off to bad starts.
It's K-State that's off to a bad start. That you won the game and you lost the other one by a short. What was the final? It was very close in that one.
It was close. Yeah.
That's a bad start? I don't know. Remains to be seen.
Tonight, Bill Belichick makes his debut. North Carolina playing TCU, 6 o'clock on ESPN. DJ and PK.
Hashtag Utah.
It's Snowden out the other way, weaving out of a tackle. He's got the first down. He jukes his way for a touchdown. Two-way sensation. Smith Snowden has arrived for Utah with a touchdown. Utah doing this. It's just a good run defense the last couple of years. Open net, touchdown. Dampier flies it in there to Lander Barton. All the defensive guys involved. Snowden and Barton both with touchdowns. 4th and goal from the 2. Behind his tight ends, Dampier is in. Paying off the 4th down decision. 3-score lead for the Utes.
And Utah goes on to blow out UCLA 43-10. They run for 286 yards. Devin Dampier was 21 of 25 for 206. You were in the Rose Bowl watching this complete domination. When did you think it was over? They got the upper hand pretty quick, scoring on those first 3 possessions.
Oh, certainly by then,
Yeah.
if not earlier. Yeah, they just went right down the field with ease. They were going to dominate the line of scrimmage, and if you dominate the line of scrimmage, you're most likely going to win. So I thought it was over early. I started writing at KSLSports.com, which was posted about 10 hours after I wrote it, but what the heck? It was obvious. I mean, what needs to be said that wasn't seen?
Kyle Whittingham saying the O-line was as advertised. That the only thing left out was as he advertised, saying it was going to be the best in his 30
we got
years.
that already.
Hammer away on those guys.
You were hammering away on that one.
Now Utah gets Cal Poly. So they'll play their money game next. DJ and PK.
Hashtag BYU.
Brock Fleming the snap. Tony Johnson is the holder. Here's the kick. It's blocked. And BYU trying to run it back here. Jack Kelly, who just made the defensive play, and now he does this. 50-plus yards on the blocked field goal return for the touchdown by Jack Kelly for BYU, and they're on the board first. Here is Bachmeier, pass out, it is caught, and it is Roberts for the touchdown. 4 touchdowns last year for Roberts, first of the 2025 campaign, and it's 13-0 Cougars. So successful. This trick play to Cody Hagan now, and Hagan heads up. Cody Hagan trying to take it to the house, and he will. Touchdown, BYU.
BYU with more than 600 yards of offense. They blow out Portland State 69-0. Bear Bachmeier makes his debut. Throwing and running for touchdowns, throwing for 3, rushing for 2. He was out at halftime, and BYU cruises to the win. Pretty much everything they wanted to see there in the opener.
I couldn't think of anything more. I thought Grizzly Bear was awesome. The Grizz, as advertised, the Grizz came through. Grizz is just going to get better and better and better. What level of better does he establish this season? That's the biggest question for this team, and we'll watch it unfold over the next 3 months.
Stanford coming up next, Saturday night, 8:15. DJ and PK.
Hashtag Utah State.
Hand off to Davis. Davis breaks it to the outside. Stiff arms him in and steps out of bounds. No, they're going to say he's gone. 10-5 touchdown, Utah State. Miles Davis takes it into the end zone for the score. Barnes sets up all day to throw. Waiting, dancing in the pocket. He'll take off. He'll throw deep. He's got a man wide open. Caught. Touchdown, Utah State. Brock Lane all by himself, and the Aggies get the score.
Utah State trailed briefly, but they end up beating UTEP by double digits, 28-16. Bryson Barnes throwing for 233 yards and a touchdown. Miles Davis, 131 yards rushing on just 8 carries. And Utah State wins their opener. Texas A&M coming up next. That was a pretty solid performance, PK. A couple things to work on.
Yeah, another team that has got to be extremely happy with the way things turned out. And they got that win, and now how good is this team going to be? How competitive can it be week to week in games in which it doesn't look like they're overmatching their opponent? And there's going to be several of those, and that's going to be fun to see.
Texas A&M coming up next Saturday in College Station. DJ and PK.
Hashtag NFL.
I just know from having the game plan against him, that is something that keeps you up at night when you're going against a player of his caliber. And now we feel like we've got a lot of other pieces around him that it's going to be that much more challenging for our opponents.
That is Matt LaFleur, Packers head coach, talking about the acquisition of Micah Parsons, raising hopes for Green Bay Packer fans everywhere.
Yeah, for sure.
Dak Prescott said he was relieved the Parsons situation was resolved, even though the all-pro defensive end was traded to Green Bay. Says, I'm not going to say we're better. You got to go out there and prove it. You had to prove it even if he was on the team, so I'm not going to say that by any means. Of course, getting quizzed on whether the trade improved the team. They don't have the draft picks yet, so in the short run, they don't really have everything they gave up for him. So, Cowboys did sign Pro Bowl corner Deron Bland to a 4-year, $92 million extension over the weekend. He had to be happy that Parsons didn't take all the money. Worked out for him. Chiefs are not expected to reach a deal with their top corner, Trent McDuffie. He'll play out his rookie deal with a salary just north of $2.6 million this season. McDuffie's 24 years old, widely considered to be Kansas City's second-best defender. He's been a starter since his rookie season. And Leroy Jordan, star linebacker for the Cowboys in the 70s when they won their first Super Bowl, passed away at the age of 84. Won a national title at Alabama under Bear Bryant, 5-time Pro Bowler with the Cowboys. DJ and PK.
Hashtag NBA.
Lakers star Luka Doncic tallied just the fourth triple-double in Eurobasket since 1995. He led Slovenia to an 86-69 win over Belgium. 26 points, 11 assists, 10 boards for the newly slim and trim Luka Doncic. A former NBA guard, Jeremy Lin, announced his retirement from professional basketball. Had his biggest moments with the New York Knicks, had the Linsanity run. He's been playing in Taiwan most recently, where they just won the championship there. Had you thought about Jeremy Lin in a while?
No.
Been off center stage for a while.
I have not.
DJ and PK.
Hashtag Major League Baseball.
And that's a shot toward the alley. Carlos in to score. It gets by the outfielders. Here comes Bregman rounding third. It goes all the way to the triangle. Another run in. Here comes Durant. He's trying to score. He's going to score all the way around.
And a shot into right field. Cruz on the run. That ball is going to get out of here. Home run into the bullpen. A line drive, grand slam home run on a 1-2 pitch. And Brandon Lau hitting his 28th home run of the year.
Smith drilled left field. It is gone. Will Smith, Captain Clutch, with a walk-off home run in the bottom of the ninth inning.
Highlights around Major League Baseball. That was the Dodgers beating the Diamondbacks 5-4. Will Smith, pinch hit home run in the ninth to end that one. Padres fall to the Twins, so the Dodgers now have a 2-game lead in the National League West. Astros shut out by the Angels 3-0. Astros lead over the Mariners is down to 2 games in the AL West. Mariners beat the Guardians 4-2. Derek Screwball scattering 4 hits over 7 shutout innings. Tigers beat the Royals 5-0 in that one. And Walker Buehler, think he's got anything left with an ERA north of 5, PK?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Phillies had at him after the Red Sox let him go. Boston, give an all-star closer, Aroldis Chapman, $13.3 million deal for 2026 and a vesting option for 27. He'll make another $13 million should he pitch at least 40 innings next season. Bees beat the Round Rock Express 4-2. They take 4 out of the 6 in the series. They are off today, and they open the series against El Paso tomorrow at home. Tomorrow at home. That's what's trending. Brought to you by Shamrock Plumbing. There's no job too big or too small. Get the personal touch with Shamrock Plumbing. Coming up, Sean J. Raja joins us. 8 o'clock, CBS Sports National College Football Writer is going to be here every Monday during the season. To look back on the weekend, Bronco Mendenhall, Aggie football coach, off to the 1-0 start, is here at 9 o'clock. DJ and PK, the question of the day is next.